Hello and welcome back to LDC FM. You're tuning into our podcast featuring interviews with our community of independent designers and industry guests. We'll be discussing topics of sustainability, conscious design, the future of fashion, tech, and innovation. This podcast has been recorded alongside an Instagram Live, so apologies for any technical issues prior to tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Hey everybody, it's Alice from Lone Design Club. Welcome back to LDC, coming to you live to unite our conscious community and independent designers. Today you have the exclusive opportunity to meet the gorgeous Golnaz Ashtiani of Ashtiani Studio, who is one of our LDC designers and creates the most beautiful products, which you will get to see in the background behind her, and even she is wearing one, so very exciting. We will be doing an interview, learning more about Ashtiani as a brand and a person, and really sort of looking at those products and, you know, giving you more of an insight if you're interested in purchasing them. So you can find more information about Ashtiani on www.lonedesignClub.com. Reading a question: how do you become an LDC designer? You can apply on our website. If you scroll to the actually just in the top nav, if you look at join the club, you can click on that and fill out an application form, and it will get to us, and we would look forward to receiving your application. Okay, let's get started. Hi, Golnaz. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you everyone who's tuned in to watch the interview. This will run for about half an hour. Like I said, do ask any questions if you have any about the brand or about the beautiful designs that you can see in the picture. And we will get started. So Golnaz, if you want to start by telling us a bit about yourself and giving us a little bit of background to the brand.
Sure, yeah. So my name is Golnaz Ashtiani. I'm the founder of Ashtiani. I started my label in 2011. I won the Best Emerging Designer Award 2011. I was named the Best Designer in 2013, 2016. Again, I won another award for my installation at Toronto Fashion Week.
Amazing. What a accolade, what a collection of accolades.
Ticking all the boxes.
Incredible. So how many years have you been going now?
So 9 years, 2011.
9 years. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. And what is the inspiration behind the brand?
So initially when I started, my brand is like the core value for me has always been creativity, creating unique pieces, but wearable pieces. And through years, I think I kind of changed my strategy to go with a sustainable strategy. And now that I'm focusing on, obviously, you see like one of my jackets, organza jackets. The core value of my brand has changed completely, and it's all about quality and versus quantity. Still is very unique, but it's those like key items in your wardrobe basically.
Why organza?
Why silk organza? There's a difference. Okay. You have like polyester organza. Okay. So why silk? Silk because it's first of all, it's sustainable and it's natural, and the way it sits on the skin is just anyone that has tried wearing silk or organic cotton knows the difference between synthetic fibers and natural fibers. So for that reason, I chose this fabric. It's also very breathable, and it comes in different beautiful colors. What we've been doing is that we actually trying, to dye the organza fabrics in different colors. So every season I come up with a collection of limited colors that would sort of represent that season, represent that the feeling, or the way I sort of see the world during that season. So and I love to experiment with different colors, and also natural dyes, which will I am still looking into dyeing the fabric with natural dyes.
Okay, amazing. So are all the products you make from this silk organza, or there are other materials involved?
There are some other materials, but the main collection, which are the papillon jackets, these jackets are all 100% silk organza. They're double layer, and they're all like French seam, nicely done. And yeah, so I try to stick to what I believe works and it will sit on body nicely. And yeah, silk organza is my favorite, as you can see.
So the piece you're wearing, is that, I personally haven't seen it before. Is it a fairly new one? I know we've had the pink, teal, black in our recent store, like the ones behind you. The style of the yellow one, how do you obviously you're saying the fit and the feel of the fabric is very important. So how do you where's your inspiration for how it looks on a person? Why have you chosen the specific cuts you have?
Yeah. So when I came up with the idea of these papillon jackets, I think it was around the first papillon jacket I did was 2013, and I tried to come up with a pattern or a style that would suit anyone, any size, anyone in any shape, really. And through the years, I've kind of mastered the pattern where I only have two main sizes. So the first size, which is the small size, it starts from extra small to medium. So anyone through like I don't know, the sizes from 0 to size 8 UK, they can wear the the small size, 8 to 10 UK actually, and the one size up is basically the size up from 12 plus. But the way that I've designed and managed the pattern is that it will sit nicely on anybody. It's a loose fit at the same time. It's very structured, and it will give a very nice shape on basically on the shoulder as well. So my idea was to create a product that is a hero product for me, and it would be versatile. That you would kind of play around with it when you're styling. For example, that's what I do with these jackets.
Yeah.
I wear, like, for example, the yellow or the black one. You can mix and match with anything. I mean, now that we are, our movement is very limited, and we only go out for just walk or enjoy the weather in the park, this would be a very versatile piece, because you can just you can wear it with your sportwear or yoga. And before the lockdown, I guess it was more of a I would wear it, let's say, over a dress or a beautiful top. I go out at night. So it's a very versatile, and that was the idea behind the jacket. Versatile piece that you can wear it at any time. Dress up or dress down.
Yeah, no, and they're so beautiful. The word papillon means butterfly. Is that why they're called that?
I mean, everyone knows what happens to the butterfly, right?
Yeah.
First of all, the butterfly, the silk, I only work with silk organza, and silk, it comes from butterflies, right? Silkworms, which they become obviously butterflies, and the shape of it, and there's so many things also The silk, the worms, when they become butterflies, is basically, it's sort of like, it's a life to itself. So the whole the elements of natural and natural sort of process was interesting to me, and that's why I call them papillon jackets.
Yeah. I love the name. I think it's great. Are you able to show those people watching a selection of the ones you have on the rail behind you? Are you able to hold them up?
Yeah, I can hold a few. This is my favorite color, as the pink one, which is also my best color. This one has always been, I always work in a black and kind of cream color. And as you can see, the top layer, I always do like different colors. So the lining, which is again, it's a silk organza, it's always a different color to the self, which it can change. And and the colors that I work, I actually got swatches here.
Oh, amazing.
So these are all the colors that I work with, and you can see like there are 150 colors, which basically you can choose and mix and match, and it's just a fun project for me. Every season I'm like, ooh, I want to work with different colors now. So what am I going to create? Yeah. So. And that for me also, I just wanted to talk about, how I think it's very important for designers to come up with an idea that they can sort of work with that idea for a longer period, rather than just, creating new items every season. That's not sustainable. And that I've done it before I changed my strategy. And in my point of view, and I think everyone else is kind of has reached to this stage that sustainability is not just fabrics, it's the way that you conduct your business as well.
Definitely. And you do the jackets in longer versions as well, right? So you can have a shorter.
Yeah. So the longer versions are, I've got let me get it. I mean, you won't be able to see it now, but it's like a very long, super long, kind of a classic look, which is more like a dramatic look. But yeah, so it comes in 3 lengths: the short, medium, and the long one.
Okay, amazing. And can people have them custom made? You've just shown off all those colors.
I mean, we used to do that, but not. It really depends, because unless like they want a specific color, and so I try, because it's the way I work is on-demand production, so it goes into production. We don't really keep the stock, so like just very limited. But yeah, custom made has always been part of my business as well. But during lockdown, it's kind of impossible to keep that.
Yeah, no, of course, I get that. So where are the products made? Do you make them?
Yeah, so the products are made in UK. Everything is local. I work with small unit factories, which I kind of know the seamstresses, the manager, and they also know my products. And the way it works is they're always in production, apart from now. But they're always in production. Like, so every week they have, they have work to do. And this way, it's a sustainable way for me as a designer to keep the prices as what it is, and also for the factory to remain in business, because they know that they have the work volume for a longer period.
Amazing. Yeah, that's very important, I think. And I think this whole situation is actually shining a much bigger light on the realities of production, particularly on a large scale in certain countries. So I think it's really important and really great that you have such visibility over that. What's next? So obviously COVID-19 is putting a little bit of a spanner in the works and maybe slowing things down for a bit, but where are you planning on taking your brand next?
I think I've done a few collaborations, and my brand it will remain as the brand that I focus on.
Yeah.
Silk organza jackets, maybe different colors, maybe different texture. Maybe I sort of like work on, my idea is to work on natural dyes. So that from, that's what I have in mind for the papillon jackets. But that's where my brand, will be after the lockdown. I think more collaborations. I love the collaborations, and I've done a collaboration with an Indian designer where we've created beautiful kimonos, which you can show the audience later. But those are again with natural dyes. Everything is organic, everything is handmade, and that was another project I did, and also another project of Jacobins, which you have it on your website. They're very artistic kind of jewelry pieces. So that's where I think my brand will be after all this crisis. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying this time. I guess for creative people, it's a time that it's a slower pace, and you can really concentrate on what you want to create, and also I always say, like, there's no FOMO to go out or like do that. So you're at home, at your best, and you're trying to create something new. So I come up with ideas, every other day, which is exciting to me. But
and you can experiment and really reflect on everything you've been doing at such a fast pace, I think, and start to think about the future, but with maybe a bit less pressure, because it's not go right now, which is great. From a consumer perspective, obviously you've said for you the sustainability side and the ethical side of it are very important. From a consumer perspective, what would be your top tip when they're trying to shop more consciously?
When they're trying to shop consciously, I think quality should be important to them over quantity, as I've always said that. Anything and natural unless you're into running or sort of like very technical fabrics that you really need to go for a sport reason. Other than that, stick to natural fabrics. It's more gentle to your skin, and especially now at this time, I think that we are all locked down, and we stay and we spend more time at home, which it's a dry air, so it's very important to wear something that you feel comfortable and it's nice to on your body. That is that is what I think people should very concentrate on. Also, I think people should really think about how they can experiment with less. So, and instead of keep on buying stuff, go through their wardrobe and see what they have, and come up with the other, the ideas of how they can mix and match their stuff, and what it's in their wardrobe. Fiber is important. Quality is important. Where it's made, also, I think it's important now even more, to support local manufacturing, local designers. And I know it sounds cliche, but I think it's very important at this time that we understand how it's important that we all support each other these times.
No, definitely. And we're all about supporting independent, supporting local. And then from a brand perspective, you could give one piece of advice to any brands who are watching now, who are starting their own brand or have their own independent brand.
So yeah, for independent emerging designers, from my experience, I think, and now it's a great time to focus on, your key products rather than experimenting with different things, and just really to focus and master what you think is your unique angle.
Yeah.
And it's quite difficult for creatives to stay still and focus on one thing,
Yeah.
because our minds wander around. We
Yeah.
want to do 100 different things at the same time. But fashion is mainly is business. It is
Yeah.
creative, but you have to look at it as a business, as a profitable business. In order to do that, and there's so many designers out there right now, in order to win the game, the competition is to focus on one thing that you think that you're great at it, and just focus on that. It will take time, but then you will be well known for one thing that you do the best, and and you can win the competition. And this
Yeah.
crazy fashion world of, like, I don't know, I don't even know how many designers we have in the world right now. It's just
I
amazing how.
know so many. I mean, us alone, our email database of brands is 2,000.
Yeah,
And that's just independent brands that we know. So
yeah,
the
millions.
number of
I'm
out there,
pretty sure we have millions.
yeah, so many. It's a brilliant industry, but it's great to see how many are making that shift towards a more conscious approach to their design. If you could say one thing that you wanted customers to feel when they wore your clothes, what would that be?
um, Three things I have.
Three.
I
Okay.
want to. I want my customer. I want the woman that would like to wear my jackets feel comfortable, confident, and inspired.
Beautiful. And what would be your top styling tip?
Top styling tip for the jackets,
Sure.
or
Yeah.
just in general?
Or just in general, or both.
Ooh, okay. Top styling tip is go with the colors first. Feel and think about the colors you're wearing, rather than just follow the trends. Because color, and it's part of the psychology therapy. There is a thing called color therapy,
Yeah.
that you wear and you feel better by wearing the colors that would actually represent your inner feelings. So
Yeah.
really think about, it's a conscious choice of what you would wear.
Yeah.
First is the fiber you choose, and the second is the color. So these two are very important.
Okay.
And if you master that, then you can, sort of like go from there and like mix and match
Yeah.
and see what you have in your wardrobe.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, if anyone has any questions for Golnaz, please do go ahead and ask them now. As we said before, you can shop Ashtiani on our website, www.loandesignclub.com. If you do have questions that you haven't thought of right now, please do DM either LDC or Golnaz, and we will be happy to answer your questions. We'll also be putting a great selection of products on our stories to follow this live, so you can have a closer look at some of the beautiful pieces that have been in the background and that were shown off. Golnaz, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your story.
That was fun.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's really nice to get more insight into the brand. And also, you look beautiful as always, and the products in the back look amazing. You definitely do have such a unique product offering. It's hard, you would know straight away that it's yours. So congratulations on such a successful product. And we're so excited to see what comes next. particularly now that you've shown me how many color possibilities there are. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for the summer collection. So I've got very interesting, beautiful colors coming up. So hopefully I will reveal those very soon.
Are you allowed to give us a hint?
As you know, there are pastel colors, and you just have to wait until see them. I won't be able to like tell you how amazing these colors are, but they are.
No problem. I'm excited to see that, and I'm sure everybody else is too. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll speak to you very soon. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much again for tuning in. Head to our website, loandesignclub.com, and find more LDC FM podcasts, or discover more about our independent designers online.